couple of bans. I do see the Hilda, I do see the Cho. They don't want people invading the jungle and messing up Joy's overall farming techniques with Paquito and as well as Phobius for the side of Homebois.
Yeah, Paquito, at first I looked at it and I was like, wait, that's the bot signature pick, right? But perhaps they also want to eliminate as much potential that SRG has to kind of play that side lane. The Phobius, very straightforward answer. You have a bunch of grasshoppers on your team. The Arlott, the Nolan, Phobius is literally kind of a death sentence for those two. But now we see the Baras get picked up for SRG, and this is what makes it a bit interesting because Baras is a hero that can be flexed into the XP lane if you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that overall, it wouldn't be too bad if Baras does go into the EXP lane, right? Because again, it's about sandbagging your opponent. It's not like you have to actively trade. And the biggest problem with having Baras in the side lane is the fact that you don't have the purple buff to keep you topped up on mana. So he has to pick and choose his fights. We see the CC get locked in. We see the carry get locked in. Very good options for the side of the Homebois. Carry especially. You see two tanks on the enemy side. Maybe you've got a chance. And especially with the tank carry build, you might be able to power through the Joy.
Yeah, and for a CC, you have a sandbag Baras. I have a sandbag CC. Let's duke it out.
Let's fight.
Let's fight. We fight for days on end. But I do like what Baras is bringing to a composition overall. Whether you're in the XP lane or in the jungle, you're just such an annoying hero to deal with because if people want to dive you, your ultimate is always there. The Daytona's welcome welcomes you into the belly of the beast, and suddenly you're not only eliminating a key target, but you're also breaking the tempo of a team that wants to play fast.
Yep. And I think, the argument can be made from both sides. We do see the Roger come out for the side of SRG. Innocent's going to be playing it.
Yo, Skylar has inspired a lot of Roger gold lanes. I'm going to tell you that.
All right.
We ran into a few like Roger gold lane into a claw that apparently is a very deadly comp, a very deadly matchup. And now into carry, I assume it brings upon the same effect. Roger gets the corrosion side, turns into werewolf form, and suddenly he just beats you 1v1.
Yeah, especially with the stats that he gets on top of it. The way that I see it, SRG, when they are going to go for those team fights, they can take it in many different directions, whether it's front to front, whether it's going into the back line for that big dive in the flank. At the end of the day, it's going to be either Sick Eyes or Innocent cleaning up the fight. Whoever goes in, ideally Sick Eyes. Then we jump over to the Homebois. Even then, that mid lane, that's going to be such a problem. If Vixana is able to get that priority, this game is going to be so much harder for SRG.
Oh, let's find out. Game number 1 to open up the curtains. Homebois against the Selangor Red Giants. We're seeing kind of the bipolar, the contrasting personalities, right? The sword being the Homebois and the shield being Selangor Red Giants. Homebois want to play fast, but SRG says if you want to play fast, we have a couple of means to kind of break that momentum.
Yep. The question is how they're going to attack each other on the map, right? I'm seeing that Zorn is going to be on this Arlott as well, going to be as annoying as possible to Sakai's in the meantime, and this is what I want to see from SRG, just mid-lane dominance, making sure that Vixana doesn't get to move out of that lane freely.
Especially when you have a Valentina on your side, right? Valentina doesn't clear the wave as fast as the more popular mainstream mid laner, so you always need assistance to get that going. And I like how Homebois are just defending this jungle, especially making sure Chibi gets all the resources he needs to get this Nolan online and kind of speed it up as fast as possible. But of course, as all game number 1 kind of gives us, I got a little pause to make sure that everything.
But it's time to get back into this game, and the early game matters so much for either side. Where is the lead going to eventually be developed?
I see Zorn already making Yoong's life a bit difficult. That base damage for this Arlott Vengeance is, ever since that buff, it has made Arlott such an annoying hero to deal with in the early game because he's just beating you 1v1 while being tanky and gaining health back.
It's just the base stats that he provides, right? And he opted to actually go for the Quantum Charge. He doesn't actually want to go for the Concussive Blast. Sakai's now caught out in the open here.
Oh, he might just go down. This could be first blood on the way, and of course it is. Who better to get it than Chibi himself?
To kick things off for the very first season, now Zorn is all by himself. He should be able to get back out of this. Chibi is going to supplement him as well, right? And that's what we want to see from the side of the Homebois, right? Develop those early leads. And playing a very skirmishy style of having the 2v2s, I like the way the Homebois is thinking about this. We don't need to go for more than 2 people.
Yeah, especially when you have a draft that wants to play fast and you get first blood on the enemy jungler. Oh, this opens out so much more avenues for Homebois. Now they have an option to say, we don't necessarily need the turtle, but if we get a couple more kills on this Nolan, it is the same as getting the objective anyways.
The lead is already there, right? Chibi, he is going to need his purple buff before actually attending to this turtle, and I think SRG recognized that as well.
So, but it's just going to be the annoyance. Selangor Giants, unfortunately, can't really do the turtle. They would try, Cram misses that ultimate, and this is the opening. for Udio to come in with a kill on his own with that Guardian.
Big punish here for the side of the Homeboys. That's what we want to see here. SRG had a really good idea. That's why you want to bring Barats into the EXP lane. Having Flicker into the Daytona's welcome doesn't give you a lot of time to react, but I mean, if you whiff it, it goes the exact same way for your team.
And you're playing Footsticks with a team that kind of made it their own game. And this is a lineup where we say again, SRG are more like the shield than the sword itself. But if you can't handle the beating early on, we might have a bit of a problem in that mid game.
So far, I'm curious how the gold lane has been going on between both the Carrion as well as the Roger. Doesn't seem like it's going too far in anybody's favor just yet, but now Zorn, he's in the middle of a lot of people.
It's going to be picked up by the Roger. So very well done by SRG, at least getting something back, right? You can't let Zorn just take up so much space. If Yums can't hold him back on his own, you gotta bring a bit of backup.
I don't know. They've also got Stormy's Flicker as well. That could be a potential vulnerability for the side of SRG. Because again, even if Grok is able to move out of that mid lane first, doesn't necessarily mean that Stormy is going to be safe as well, right? The IMU can only be utilized, well, there's not too many ults that you really want to utilize here. CC ult doesn't exactly help you that well. Nets' ult doesn't really help you. Udil's most likely with the Eternal Guardian, but even so, you would much prefer a Final Slash.
Yeah, you're definitely looking at Zorn. Maybe Udio for that bit of an extra damage, right? Since the scaling does work well, but you do force out that Joy Ultimate and also the Retribution just to make sure the purple buff doesn't get stolen.
I mean, anything you can do to kind of even up the score, they've just got to make it happen, right?
Cram.
He's in a lot. Oh,
Final Slash brings him back. Nope, can't even gobble up Zorn.
Good punish from the Homeboys. And that's what we want to see, right? Flickers being used, you want to hit those timings, you want to be able to hurt them, especially if they start whiffing ults. Oh!
Stolen Final Slash, get the Terrify on the Chibi. Can he punish him though? Sakai's needs to get this Chibi, trying to dash away. One more dash! Waiting for the energy, but is not in time, so Sakai's gets the punish.
Yep. Honestly, probably should have been there in the first place, but at the end of the day, it's to show dominance, right? Condition your opponents.
I was about to talk about the snowballing effect that Chibi has for himself, right? He bought cooldown boost and also Blade of Heptasis at 4 minutes. That is such a fast timing, but with Chibi now struggling to get back to the objective and without a purple buff, this should be an SRG turtle. Crab is a bit low, but I don't see Homeboys having a way into this. So, guys, we should be able to get the turtle, no problem, and SRG will get out.
All right, Turtle Slain going over the side of SRG. 3-2, the current kill score 5 minutes into this game, and so far, so good. With bot tier 1 immediately destroyed, now we are seeing that Homeboys have a direct area for a lead.
Grok ultimate onto Zorn, forcing the flicker out, but of course Innocent will get the pickup. That's the second kill for the Roger.
And that's just the taste of what you want to see Roger do. He wants to be able to get those big resets. He wants to be able to kill multiple people, especially in the bigger team fights. We're not going to get to that point just yet, but evening the score 3-3, now from a 1.5 to a 1,000 lead. Chibi, oh no, he's in so much trouble.
Another stolen Final Slash, but this time, no follow-up.
No follow-up. I'm surprised he didn't want to go for it. Oh, Sakai's already used his ultimate. Yeah. That's fair.
Honestly, I would say that before Innocent got those 2 kills, he was actually slightly behind because Nets kept pushing the wave, right? As a tank carry, it's hard to kind of go up against him 1v1. Now with those 2 kills, you kind of get that minor goal injection back onto Innocent. The gobble up is going to be there. Daytona's welcome into a massive crowd control, and Innocent again picks up the 3rd kill. Chibi wants Cram, but this boy is tanky. You can't one-shot him.
Yup. Especially with Sapat not really attending to his lane at this point in time. Nets.
That's going to be Werewolf form. Innocent coming in for the mega kill streak, and it even forced out the Purify of Nets.
Beautiful stuff, and now he's got a significant lead against his opponents. Oh,
Stormy get the Terrify effect. Not enough to save him though. Chibi still get the 1-shot, but Innocent again going in for a double kill, and Udio, there's only one way to run, and that's with the flicker, but Innocent is not giving up. The Eternal Gun is caught up, but Innocent found Udio, sidesteps the ability, and it's Innocent with a triple.
Beautiful stuff coming from Innocent. From what used to be a single pebble has now turned into a full-on avalanche for the side of SRG. All that gold being influxed into Innocent is now going to set Homeboy significantly behind, because these team fights, they are legitimately dangerous. Anybody who is behind in tempo, behind in farm, and more importantly, behind in HP, if they're 20% and below, they are going to get run down.
And the shield has held on for long enough. We look at the total kills these 2 teams have. SRG have 8. 7 of them are on Innocent.
Oh man. It's got to feel good though, right?
It is the dream game.
The dream game. Getting shut down and smothered, dealing with this annoying carry in lane,
Chibi?
and now he should be okay, right?
Stormy found him.
Oh my goodness, he was disrespecting him so much.
Wow, and from an early snowball, Chibi has died 3 times in a row, and now they found the gobble up, this time onto Subba, spit him back up, it's Innocent coming in! Fett to get a legendary streak.
He's so big right now. Innocent is so huge. There's so little that Homeboys can do about it at this point of time, right? They kind of need Udil to be in the right place at the right time, wait for the leap to happen, wait for the iframes to be done with before launching the Eternal Guardian. But somebody else has to force it out, right? And I think the only other person who can do it with a hard CC is Zorn.
And how long can you hold on to your Terrify as well? That's also a question. Iframes making it hard, that's one thing, but you have so many means from SRG to just get to your backline. Cram swallows out one of your heroes, and suddenly you have the Joy running at you, you have this Grog charging into your back, and he is immune to crowd control as well. So many things that Homeboys need to look out for.
There's just not enough of a lead for the side of the Subba to actually be that threat, to be able to force out the big ultimates from SRG naturally on this EC. But for now, that could easily change. Because Homeboys, they could change up the game plan. They could potentially look for a flank here, but it looks like SRG has some really good coverage.
All the battle spells are there. Grog gets the knock and another gobble up. This time Zorn. He's not even get a chance to respond. That means 24 seconds without the Arla. Stolen final slash onto Udio. They try to follow up onto him, but they will now pull back for now. Eternal Guardian has been baited out. Chibi wants a bit more on the Stormy, who flickers to safety, and SRG will survive.
Okay, nicely done. For now, Nets, he needs to continue farming, right? The mid lane is about to crash. He's not going to miss that wave. And since SRG won't threaten the Lord anymore, now they just have to bide their time. Just poke him out.
You don't need to rush this. Just patient. Chibi in the bush. Wants Cram and will find him with the help of Subbat. And that's Homeboys kind of smothering the flames a little bit, but you gotta be careful of Innocent.
It's going to be a consistent push and pull for the side of the Homeboys, right? Even though they are getting these kills, they are still behind 2,000 gold. Innocent, I'm curious to see what items he has as of right now. Like, truly how far is he ahead of everybody else?
I would say that the gold lead that SRG has right now probably is on Innocent. Oh, another fight going off. It's Udio this time, being fed to Sud guys, and Zorn out of position has to fall back. Does Homeboys want to continue this chase? And it doesn't seem like it's possible.
Okay. Good play coming in from Yums with the initial pick here. And I think it's going to be a rinse and repeat. There's no reason to take the Lord. It's not like they can get much value of it, especially if they're losing 3 or 4 members in the fight just to obtain it. Better to just head back into your waves, clean them up, focus on managing them before you start setting up for this Lord.
Innocent is 9-0 at 10 minutes. This man is getting fed 1 kill, almost 1 kill per minute.
All right, I mean, we're in the 10th minute, so I'm waiting for the next one here.
I mean, what a way to start off the first game of the season. Just pure aggression. A couple of ego challenges going on. Sabat, gotta watch that position. Almost blocked off by the wall, and SRG back on the Lord again.
All right, now that GB has his purple buff, he should be able to start walking up here, but he doesn't want to fall into that same trap. Where is Cram? They figured him out.
Yep, stolen final slash once more. Stormy's hands, the guys to the back. Take some chip damage. GB now jumps forward, but runs into Innocent instead. Innocent going ham and bringing 2 members of Homeboys low. And at the back, Cram, he's just going to buy as much time as possible. With Yus following up with that wild charge, SRG will get the Lord, and Nets falls once more. Innocent doing whatever he wants in this team fight, and Chibi goes down to Sekai Zorn with the conceal. Can't run away. It's Sakai's with a double, and SRG gets everything.
That's got to be so frustrating. Sabat and Udil can't even participate in this fight cleanly, with the rest of SRG slowly chunking them down, and more importantly, finding these opportunities against the Homeboys who are trying to poke around to see any vulnerabilities in this defense. Just great coverage and making sure that the front line stays in front and keeping that back line at the perfect distance.
And you have Innocent zoning out 2 members of Homeboys on his own. That's gotta be a headache for Homeboys to deal with, and it's not gonna get any easier. The gold lead is going to start ballooning for SRG.
Yep, he's already got 4 items complete here.
Underbelt.
Underbelt, Endless Battle. Oh my goodness.
Breastplate.
Oh, and Demon Hunter sorted now.
Another wild charge into Daytona's welcome, and welcome back to the fountain. Innocent. That one, of course he will. 11-0 already.
It's not looking good. Homeboys, it's fallen out of their control, and SRG with a 5k lead. I mean, they're going to muscle their way into this.
Yeah, Laura still coming in from the top side as well. So you will have 2 waves crashing for SRG. Not the most synced up waves. Zorn will be back in less than 10.
No ultimates for the side of SRG. That's why they're really just taking their time with this. They guarantee a tier 2 down on bot side, and now if they can get an inhibitor, that's already a very big win.
So guys will zone all of them away, and here comes Zorn with the conceal. Can't find a target, unfortunately, and also they cannot defend that inhibitor. So that's 12 minutes in, and SRG have broken the base of Homebois.
Yep, that's perfect. Perfect. Coming out for the side of SRG. I'm just happy that at least for Innocent, he is having the time of his life. He feels like he's smurfing right now because he is so full of gold.
One of the best intros to the league, I suppose.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised that Udil is doing the most damage here. I thought Innocent was definitely going to be rocking the charts.
But you do have the Eternal Guardian.
Yeah, that's fair.
Help you do some damage. Your AoE pokes. It can be deceiving when you're playing Vexana. It's like playing Novaria, right? You're doing a lot of damage, but how much of that is converted into something that benefits your team?
Something of substance here, right? And I think for Homebois, how are they going to get around this? Because it feels like there's just too many disengaged mechanics for the side of Selangor Red Giants. They've got Stormy sitting in the back, and he doesn't necessarily have to make the play himself, right? Most of the time, and based on what we've seen so far, it's always Yums, Cram, and some +1. And it could be anybody. It could be Stormy, it could be Innocent, it could be Sakai's.
And we've seen the deadly combo. Yums builds a wall, Wild charges you, Cram eats you up, and that's GG for you.
Yep, there's so little you can do about it, right? If you look at the gold difference, just a 3K gold difference, 3.5K gold difference between Nets as well as Innocent.
Just 3.5K? I mean, look at the kills, right? It's like 11 kills difference.
I mean, I don't know. There's nothing I can really say about it to make the situation better for Nets, because it's not like he lost the lane. It's just there's just so much gold being introduced into his lane out of nowhere.
Like, he's technically winning the lane by a little bit. You know, he's keeping Innocent in check until the first 2 kills started happening. Innocent just went wild.
Yeah, and that's when it's like, now I can't even go for the all-in. This guy's winning out big trades against Subot here, but once again, yeah, Nets, he just cannot find any gold on the map. SRG are just freezing them out of the economy.
Purify and ain't getting you out of that. I mean, what do you do as Nets? You can't even reach late game. I mean, late game is going to be delayed by so much, judging by the state of the game right now. Even our AI winning prediction from minute number 4, and I believe that's even before Innocent started getting a couple of kills, has predicted SRG to win. But right now, the state of the game is that SRG is going to win no matter what, unless his final slash becomes something substance. Unfortunately, it's only a crowd control, and Subot, he'll have to yo-yo his way out of this. Maybe Cram taking a bit too much damage, still stands his ground as Innocent shows up.
Stormy did use the stolen final slash. Doesn't hit on anybody, but they at least know that Cram, he's got everything, right? He just holds his own. He's got plenty of health to deal with, and Homebois, they can't cut through it fast enough. And Nets, at this point of time, just has to just wait it out, wait for the right opportunity. Because Selangor Red Giants, they're playing this perfectly, right? They're making sure at this stage of the game, no more mistakes. We need to close it out quick.
SRG has not beaten Homebois in the last season. It's not even a 2-1, it was a 2-0. This could be the first game of taking down Homebois in the series in 2 seasons. Subot was able to keep SRG back, and the rest of Homebois will take care of the Lord. We'll see the damage from that, but a bit too far forward, and he's going to get punished right now by Innocent. Kill number 13. And Innocent, he's going on the Zorn, changing his target to Subot. Subot, you can't stand there. Innocent, he's not going to relent. And he gets his 14. And this could be game 1 from SRG. Zorn also goes down to set, guys. SRG have found 3. And this could be the final push.
I mean, I got to give it to SRG. Their mid to late game so far has been so very clean. I don't know who's making the calls between the team members, but whoever is deserves a medal.
No minion wave means Homebois stay in this game just for a bit longer. Feels like delaying the inevitability. SRG, they're not going to wait. Onto the crystal, there you go. Chibi tries, he may, but he's not going to get through Innocent. And that is game number 1 for Selangor Red Giants.
Woo! Nicely done. When we thought the early game was almost done for the side of SRG, they pull it back, get a couple of kills on Innocent, and really take that lead to the next level.
My only gripe with this game was Innocent could have had a 14-0 KD, but died to Chibi at the end. That's a bit of a stain on that clean record, but nonetheless, he was fat. He was just happy. That's a happy Roger.
He's a happy Roger. I'm telling you, the IGN Innocent may not be as innocent as he seems. The man's a killer. He's an absolute killer.
Sinner.
Oh boy.
What a game. The first win that SRG has ever gotten over Homebois since they first met. And it's in the